A former pastor will spend the rest of his life in prison for repeatedly sexually assaulting a child. Jeffrey Charles received his life sentence today in Douglas County Court. Prosecutors say he repeatedly sexually assaulted a child at his cabin in the town of Summit between 2005 and 2010. The victim was 3 years old when the assaults began. Charles served as a pastor at the church in Princeton, Minnesota. The life sentence comes with no possibility of release.